and he passes it into the net.
We will
play to him. He works his socks off. When I've seen him play, he'll be very, very tired when he comes off a football pitch because he puts everything into his 90 minutes.
Yeah, he said he wasn't concerned. We will see the Scotland centre-forwards goal
Please.
in a little while. First, though, we're going to hear from Frank Lampard, who's with Jeff Shreves.
Frank, a bitterly disappointing day for Chelsea. Where and how did that go wrong?
They were better than us. So, better than us physically, better than us in the mind, better than us with the ball. So you lose a game.
Mentally, were they better?
They were stronger than us. I think you could feel that. And we don't have a crowd at the minute, so you hear every voice. All I could hear was Sheffield United voices. So they were stronger in that sense. And they're good players. They're a good team. We all know that this season. So if you come here and perform below par collectively as we did, it's going to happen.
What were you looking to change at half-time when you matched them shape-wise?
Yeah, we matched them, and that's just obviously you respect the way they play, but we were too slow with the ball. We weren't even getting our wingers into the game, and our wingers have been fantastic in restart. We weren't getting them into the game, so we just tried to get some more control of the game, which we did have after that, but we never looked overly threatening, and they still had the counter-attack, so it definitely made us look more solid against their shape, but already at 2-0 down, you make it really difficult for yourself. Defensively, disappointing goals? Yeah, disappointing. Mistakes. I've got to be careful to overanalyse this one, because it's what you do. You analyse all season, review, look forward. What we have to do now with that game is put that to bed, because the only thing that matters now is that we fight for top 4, and that we're still in that race because of how we've been this season. We have to put this game away very quickly, but I learned a lot, and I won't forget that. Might that not be possible, because next time you kick off, results go against you, you're outside the top 4, which is the real damage from today. Yeah, but that's the reality of it. But that's I'm not concerned so much about top 4 today, and all I do is sit and watch all the games that you show on TV and consider where we're at and what we want to do, because of course I want to get there, but today I'm concerned about how we performed, and I learned a lot about that. I'm not thinking right now we might be 5th, we might still be 3rd or 4th or whatever. I'm not thinking that. We'll see by the time those teams play, and by the time we approach Norwich, and we cannot approach Norwich or Manchester United or Liverpool and Wolves in the same vein as we did today. Frank, thanks for your time. Thank you.
He's furious.
He's angry. And he's every right to. You've got Christensen, you've got Zuma and Rudiger, and I'm not one to criticise players, but for the level that they want to go to, they're not good enough, or not performing good enough at this moment in time. Brings on Rudiger in the second half to shore up things, ends up costing a goal, so I can understand his frustration there.
Yeah, he's extremely, when he says, I won't forget that tonight, forget 3rd, 4th, 5th, whatever, he said, I won't forget that tonight. And I think tonight has confirmed his thoughts on some players he wasn't sure about. So I'd expect to be several players that we saw tonight won't be there next year if he can get them out the door. I'll come back to it. Chelsea are a team that throughout, wherever you go, they've got quality. But that's not enough to win your games at this level, not when you're playing against a Sheffield United. You mentally, physically, you've got to be bang at it. And they weren't tonight, and they were rolled over quite easily by Sheffield United.
By the far post, Stevens is in there, McBurney has the shot, and McGoldrick! Musso turns across, and McGoldrick fires another one in! 3 for Sheffield United, 2 for David McGoldrick!
42 shots without a goal before today, and then 2 goals from his first 3 shots in this game. Here is David McGoldrick with Jeff Shreves.
David, was that excellent victory rooted in Sheffield United doing what they do at their very best?
Most definitely. I think after the lockdown, the first couple of games, we didn't play on the front foot. We kind of forgot about what we're about. And I think since the Arsenal game in the FA Cup, from then we've started to be on our front foot. And I think the results have proved of why we are where we are. There are 35 games in now. I think the points don't lie on the table. So that's truly us at our best today.
And for you personally, having had to wait all season, you get your first Premier League goal, and then you double your tally in the same game.
Yeah, I've told the lads, just don't worry, when it comes, I'll get a brace or something, don't worry about the one goal, I'll go for two. But obviously, I've said in the press in the week, I wasn't concerned, I wasn't losing over sleepless nights. I knew that the goals were coming because I've had chances. So, I've had a couple of chances today and I've managed to put them away. It's a great feeling to get my first Premier League goals at 32, and, I think there's many more to come.
What does it actually mean to you, though, to finally have done it?
It means the world, I made my debut when I was 16, still in school. Everyone's dream is to play in the Premier League. I made that dream this season, and then I've got my second dream, which is to score. I think 2 years ago I got released from Ipswich Town. I didn't know where I was going to be. Got a trial at Sheffield United last year, won promotion, Player of the Year, and here I am today, living my dream.
The manager shuts us down very quickly if we mention the possibility of Sheffield United being Europe for the first time ever. What about the players?
If I say anything else, I'll get a bollocking from the gaffer, so I'm just mirroring what the gaffer says.
I wouldn't spoil your day. Well done.
Thank you
well
very
played.
much. Appreciate it. Cheers.
You were also man of the match, but we don't...
Apologies for that. He was man of the match. He maybe could have been a bit more careful with his words, but you can understand he's caught up a bit in the heat of the moment because they are his first two goals in the Premier League. And Chris Wilder doesn't want to talk about the possibility of Sheffield United playing European football for the first time in their history. We can, though. And
Yeah.
what are their chances?
Great. Mick and I were talking off camera. If you were to... I'll have half of Sheffield shouting at me here. If you were to pick a starting 11 from all the players that were on both in the team sheet tonight, I'm not sure if any Sheffield United players get in, maybe the goalkeeper. So what is the difference? Attitude, attitude, attitude. There's no doubting Chelsea were the more talented, with the goalkeeper being the exception, all outfield players for me. But the second best tonight for the things that mattered. Being aggressive at the right times.
It's pressure though as well. Expectant Chelsea have got people just behind them. They know if they slip up. Man United, Liverpool, where Sheffield United can go and play the game with freedom because they've already done what they needed to do.
They've been like that all season.
Yeah, they played like that all season, but they lost a few key games. And I agree with you. If you look at the squads, Chelsea's it blows them out of the water. So I definitely agree with you. But it's just sometimes the expectancy of trying to or achieving something becomes far greater when you're a bigger club, let's say.
I think Frank will be extremely annoyed tonight. I'm putting it down to the attitude of the Chelsea players versus the attitude of the Sheffield United players. And this is, when you ask will they qualify for Europe? Yeah, they will, because the attitude I don't think is going to change in the next 3 games. They've been like that all season. When we did the game at Christmas against United, exact same. It was football you enjoyed watching because it was honest guys playing honest football, and some of them are pretty good at that. And that's why they can turn up tonight. And OK, Chelsea have 70-odd% of the ball, but when it mattered, at both ends, when it was a case of putting a body on the line, it was Sheffield United doing that and defending properly. And at the other end, again, that yard of aggression, that yard of pace at the right time, created chances and got them goals. I mean, it's worrying for Chelsea, because if Chelsea aspire to be a team that's going to challenge next year, they've got to do something about conceding goals. That's 49 goals now. And a long-winded answer, yeah, they'll be playing European football next year, I think.
No, it was a full answer, I think, rather than long-winded. But you look at someone like David McGoldrick, and he sort of embodies everything that you've been saying about Sheffield United, in that it's taken him so long to get the goal at this level, and then he gets 2 in 1 game. Yeah,
it just comes down, you mentioned there, him getting released. He's got that fire in his belly to prove people wrong. And he's been banging on the door all season. And finally,
he was presented with the opportunity there, but...
Yes, but you still got to put him in the net, and he did that today. And being a footballer as well, sometimes it's just about confidence, And once you get that one goal, because I'm sure he's signed a new contract as well, so he's got the belief and the faith of the manager, and what a better way to repay him by scoring goals.
The second one a bit more conventional.
Yeah, I went big when you asked me this at half-time. Oh, sorry, I thought it was McBurney's goal. No, I mean, he plays his part. He doesn't stop. He bobbles the ball into his teammate, but his teammate gets that across. Rudiger makes an absolute pig's ear of it, but he follows up to get the goal. I mean, here he wins it, aggression against Jorginho. just pushes him out of the way, chops it into him, which isn't a great pass. But he's not happy with that. He's still looking for the scraps. Rudiger kindly sets it on a plate for him.
Was, of course, a stunning performance by Sheffield United as well. Coming up next, though, we will be turning our attention to events at the Amex, where Brighton host Manchester City.